and welcome to Walk Before You Run. Today we're going to continue to walk through the book of James. Let's stop in chapter 2 and take a look at verse 14. It reads, "What does it profit, my brethren, though a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him?" I just want to stop there just for a minute because faith is the substance, and that means that it's the thing, the stuff, the evidence of things that you hope for, you trust that are, that maybe you cannot see, but you know that it is and it is going to come to pass. And so, do you have faith and not show it? That would be like me saying that I have faith that the chair I'm sitting in will hold me. But I check it a few times before I sit down, and the whole time I'm sitting down, I'm bracing myself, or I'm holding on to the table, or I am basically holding myself up with my legs because I'm really not trusting that this chair would hold me. But if I come in this room and I might wiggle it to make sure that the legs are okay, but then if I sit down in it and I put my whole weight on it, then I am trusting, I have faith that this chair is going to hold me. I might lean against the table, but the brunt of my weight is on this chair. And so that's saying that I have faith that this chair is going to hold me. Did I build this chair? No. Do I have architectural knowledge in how it can weight bear? Not really. Very minimal. But I have the faith that whoever designed the chair, put it together, knew what they were doing, and so I am sitting in the chair confident that it will hold me up. And that's faith. I can't see the ability of the chair to hold me, even though the chair does not weigh as much as I do. I am trusting that the design, that the person who made it, the creator of this chair, knew what they were doing and knew all about weight bearing and physics and whatever else they needed to know to be able to know that this chair in its design will hold me up. That same idea or concept is the same thing that we should have about our faith in God. We can't see all the interworkings of what he does and what he's doing in our lives and in the world. But do we trust that he, as the designer of life, had enough knowledge to know how to put things into being that would work together so that all things, like he tells us, would work together for the good? So if I have faith, I am going to trust that whatever he sends my way, whatever way he works in my life, that it's going to work out. That I don't have to keep looking at it, checking it, but that I can trust that he is working things out. And all I have to do is just walk, talk, sit, speak, do, knowing that it's all going to work out. 15 says, "If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be warm and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needed to the body, what does it profit?" So, in other words, it's like saying I'm a Christian, but I don't act like it. Saying I'm a Christian, but I don't do Christianly things. Saying that I trust God and I'm a follower of Christ, but I'm not doing Christ-like things. Then is that really faith? Or is that just saying that I have faith? Because faith is an action word. And you're going to, if you have faith, you're going to act like you have that faith. And so our mission in life is to help our brothers and sisters. Those who don't know him, to help them get closer to him, well, to help them to know him, and those who know him, to help them to get closer to him. So are the things that we're doing in life really reflecting faith? Are we doing the things that would demonstrate our faith? And now is a time to stop and think about that and reflect on how we have lived. And if there needs to be some adjustments made in our lives, then we need to go to the Father and ask him to help us to make those adjustments so that we can be a reflection of true faith. 17 says, even so, if it has not worked, it is dead, being alone. Yes, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one God, thou dost well. The devils also believe and tremble. So it's like, even if you believe and you don't act like it, you don't live like it, you don't walk like it, you don't talk like it, that's nothing. Because like the word says, the devil in hell believes that there's a God, but does he live a godly life? Does he act in a way that's godly? Does his action, thought, being reflect those things of God? So just because you know, or just because you believe and you don't live like it, that's nothing. Faith is work. It's living your life out like you do believe. Because the word tells us right there, the devil in hell believes it, but he doesn't exist or be in the acts of godliness. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Why is that in there when it's talking about faith without works? Sometimes God is going to look to us to do some hard things, some things that are not comfortable, some things that we think it's an impossibility for us. But if we have faith that God is and that we are his children, then those hard things for us to do will become easier for us to do, because we are trusting that if I do what you tell me to do, I know all things are going to work out for the greater good. Seeing thou have how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect. You know, when God told Abraham to take his son up to worship and build an altar, and Abraham loved his son. And I remember reading where Isaac said, you know, hey, Dad, I see the altar. I know what the altar is for, so where's the lamb? And his father said that God will provide. And he was trusting, even though he was being told to do something that would be difficult for a parent, a loving parent, to do. He was trusting that some kind of way this is going to work out. And that's the way we have to live our life. When God tells us to do some things that it just seems like, really, God? You want me to do that? We're going to have to walk in faith and do those things that he tells us to do, trusting that, okay, I'm doing this. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't see this working out for good, but I'm trusting that it will because you told me to do this. Now, that doesn't give us a license to just go do some crazy things and that they're not God led. We're talking about when you're led of God, you do those things that God asks you to do, knowing that it's going to work out. Verse 23 says, "And the scripture was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise, also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also." So I'm just letting you know that if you have faith in God, you have to act like it. If I say I have faith in God, I'm going to have to live my life like I trust him and like I believe that he's going to work all things out for my good. I'll see you next time. Continue to read the book of James. It's beautiful. Don't forget, you are blessed to be a blessing. See you next time.